back, everyone, to Little Roadie Wargaming for another game of sharp practice between the French and the British Expeditionary Force. So we finally decided on a year for our little campaign here. It is 1813, and the British are beginning to push into the Pyrenees. Today's game is a variation of Scenario 4, Escort Duty. A French reinforcing column is on the way to attempt to break the stalemate, but the British spies have found out about it, and a light force is on its way to harass or drive off the column. And the British are deploying right out on that hill there, whereas the French are coming on the far table edge on the road. Their objective, and their only objective, is to get line infantry groups off the far table edge. And any line infantry groups that do make it off will automatically be added to the next line battle. All the British have to do is break the French force morale. Now we've already rolled up all the force morale, all the force support, so we're ready to take a look at the armies, but first let's go over a little bit of terrain. So we kind of threw together a road here. We realized we didn't have any on us. So that will act as a road, especially for units in column. And there is some light cover along the sides of it. Any of the buildings are hard cover. Some of these stone walls here are hard cover as well. And within the footprint of some of these trees is soft cover as well. So let's take a look at the armies. Here is the British Light Force. It is led by Red Leader 1. He's a level 3 leader, Captain Wexler, with a group of 2 light company in line. Red Leader 2 is a level 2 leader. It's Lieutenant Strasbourg with a group of KGL rifle skirmishers. And we have Red Leader 3, it's a level 2 leader, Sergeant Nabler with a group of KGL musket armed skirmishers. And then we have Leader 4, Lieutenant Steinberg with a light cannon. Their force morale is at a 9, and for supports, we took a physicker, a musician, a holy man, a fixed secondary deployment point, and a exploring officer. And here we have the French reinforcing column. They are led by Blue Leader 1. It is Captain Gustave with 4 groups of 1813 line infantry. He is assisted by Blue Leader 2, Sergeant Gaston, with another group of 1813 line. Blue Leader 3 is Lieutenant Bougie, aka Le Chat, with 2 groups of 1813 voltigeur skirmishers. Then we have Blue Leader 4. It is Lieutenant Jacques and his 1813 lancers. And for some of the force supports, a French player decided to go with another level 1 leader, Sergeant Morel, and another group of 1813 skirmishers. He also took a musician, a holy man, and a physic. And the French are sitting at a force morale of 8. Because of their recent performance, we did a -1 to their force morale roll. So Will's shuffling up the cards for us today. Ted's taking the French, and I will be the British. So let's see, what do we got for a first card? Let's just cut in the deck. All right, we got a red flag. We got a blue flag.
Red 4.
Red 4 is the British cannon. So Red Leader 4, Lieutenant Steinberg came on with his light cannon and presented looking at the road. All right, next card.
Red 1.
Red 1, that is Captain Wexler. All right, so with that Red 1, Captain Wexler brought in his light company. Just behind those woods, ready to maneuver if need be. So next card.
Blue flag.
It's a blue flag.
Red 3.
Red 3 is, I believe that's Strasbourg. Let's see here. That is Sergeant Nadler with the rifle-armed, no, not the rifle-armed, musket-armed skirmishers. So, Sergeant Nadler just got off on the other side of the road. Next card.
Red flag.
Red flags. It's 2 red flags, 2 blue flags, 3 blue flags. That's 2.
Alright. Red flag.
That's 3 in a row, but we've only deployed.
Yep.
Blue 1. There is the captain coming on down the road. And so here we have the French supporting column just coming onto the road. So what do we got for the next card? All right.
4 red flags, man.
That's 4 red flags. I think I might be doing a bonus activation. So with the 4 cards, did a bonus activation to activate the captain again. He used his extended command range to be able to move the KGL skirmishers. They got an 8-inch move, so they use their free move up. They use their 1 activation worth of movement to get 8 inches up, bringing them into long range of the column. So it is their first fire at long range, being light infantry, firing at a closed column. It is 6 shots, needing 3s. So that is 3 hits, and you can spread it out amongst the column. So it's first 3.
So 1 for each column.
Okay. So first group, nothing. Second group, also nothing. And that is a point of shock onto the third group. Now let's get that marked up before moving forward with the cannon. So the cannon blasts away, presented, and uses the other action to start reloading into the front of the column. So it is first fire, presented, within effective range at a closed column. So we got 10 shots hitting on 2s. And I still managed to roll 3 1s. So let's see, we have... That's going to be spread up between the
5 groups.
5 groups. All right, so 1, 2, 3, nope. We'll figure this out. We got 2 on the first group. That is a single point of shock. 2 on the second group. That is 2 shock.
Third group.
Third group is shock. Kill in the fourth. And missed the box again. And nothing on the last one. And the French skated by on that pretty unscathed. And with the final command initiative, the captain ordered the company to advance, got 12, and is approaching very rapidly. Next card is
Blue 5.
Blue 5, which is the Voltigeurs. So Sergeant Morel and the skirmishers came in and are going to be firing at the KGL Light Company. 7 shots, needing 4s. 6 hits. All right, so we'll split 3 and 3. On the leader unit, that is 2 points of shock. And then on the non-leader unit, we have a dead. We'll get that marked up. All right, well, the next card
Blue 4.
is Blue 4, and Blue 4 is Lieutenant Jacques and the Cavalry. Lieutenant Jacques and the Lancers came on, and Ted is spending his 3 flags to attempt an ambuscade. So he's what do we say, like 11 inches away?
10.5, but yeah.
10.5, so just over 10 inches away, and he's got 3d6 to try to make contact. Yep. So the cavalry makes contact with the line, just charging onto the board, and we will add up all the dice for fisticuffs. All right, so we totaled up. Jacques and his cavalry are attacking with 9 dice, and the British are at 11. So let's see the French roll. We have 2 dead.
And
2 dead. And double shock from one of them. So we will allocate that afterwards. And here is the British bracing for the cavalry. That is 1, 2, 3 dead, but no shock. So, Ted, roll a die, see if it is Jacques that is killed. Nope. And is it the captain? It is not. So we will just mark everything up and see what the resolution is. So defeated by 1, Jacques and his cav just retreated back 6 inches facing the enemy, and the captain's group is up to 4 shock with 1 casualty, and the other group has 2 casualties. So it is quite the eventful first turn so far, and let's see what the next card brings. It is a blue 3, which is Le Sharp and his 2 groups of Voltigeur skirmishers. So Le Sharp has come on and is firing and reloading straight ahead. So it's, let's say 12 shots on 5s. What's that in
14
there?
shots on 5.
14 shots on 5s. 3. Oh, can you hand me 3 dice, please? We are in light cover. So we have a dead and nothing, but is the sergeant? It's not. Okay, so just a single casualty from all that fire. French are just making a bunch of noise. Next card, please.
Blue 2.
Blue 2, that is your sergeant,
Take a point of shock off.
sergeant in the back. So he can just pull a point of shock.
That's an injury.
Yeah, he can't bring someone back from the dead.
You never know unless you try. Tiffin.
And there's the Tiffin. And there are no flags in play. So we will shuffle up and see if the next turn is as eventful as this one.
I neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I'd probably just put the red one on the bottom. All right, first card.
Red 2.
Ah, red 2. Finally, the one thing that was kept off the board gets to come on. So that is Lieutenant Strasbourg and the rifles. So Sergeant Nadler and his KGL, or actually Lieutenant Strasbourg and his KGL, came in and they are firing their rifles at the cavalry. So they are effective range, first fire, light infantry. I have 8 shots, hitting on 3s. And with 1 miss. That is 7 hits onto the cavalry. And we have, what was that? 6 shock.
Fuck.
3's a shock too?
Yeah, because you're in the open. So 5s, 4s, and 3s are shock, 6s are kills. So we will get all that marked up. So with Jacques and the cavalry, they are a total of 6 men with 6 shock. And the next card is going to be an important one. Blue 2. That is the sergeants over in the column. So you can pull a point of shock from somewhere. The relatively unshocked column.
Red 3.
Okay, red 3 is the KGL skirmishers. Down here. So the KGL used the free move to push up 4 inches, and they are going to be firing over at the cavalry. So it is long range, but they are skirmishers, so needing 5s. I get 1 hit. It could be enough. It's not with a 1. Just ineffective musketry. So, the next card.
Blue
Blue
flag.
flag. Red flag. Red flag. That is a random firing event. So 2d6. That's a 2, so we'll see what that is. So on a 2, the sergeant enthusiastically stepped out in front of his men and got shot, resulting in a bad thing. 5, so it's -1, and the British go down to 8
You get a wound token.
from 9. Yep, and he's already got a wound token out on him.
All right.
So the
So
next...
now he's a level 1 leader?
Yeah, he's a level 1 right now because he is wounded.
Red 4.
Red 4 is the cannon. Time to fire again. No firing the cannon just yet. He had to reload and present.
Blue flag.
Blue flag, so 2 and 2.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the red 1. All right, let's see what I can do. So Captain Wexler pulled 2 points of shock and is presenting and firing. So they're going to get the cavalry, but they're also going to get 4 groups of the infantry as well. They'll be in hard cover. Cavalry is out in the open, but it's their first fire and presented at close range. So it is actually 15 shots hitting on 2s. And there are 14 hits, so we will allocate those and get back with the other rolls. So we got 3 hits on the cavalry in the open, and that is dead and 2 points of shock.
Second squad going back.
Yep, so the second column, that is a dead and a shock. That is nothing. As a dead. And then the very end gets nothing. All right, so we'll mark that all up. So I spent 2 of the red flags to sharp practice the cannon, and they are blasting straight forward into the column again. They don't have first fire, so this time they're hitting on 3s. And of course, I whiff very hard. Seems to be a theme with me in cannons lately. So that is 4 hits, 1 on the first 4. So first one in the road, nothing. Point of shock, nothing, nothing. Cannon fires, second group gets a single point of shock. The first group, it's like the cannonballs are just sailing right over their heads. So we'll get that marked, and the next card is
Blue 5.
Blue 5, which is, yep, Sergeant Morel and the Voltigeurs. All right, so he's firing and reloading. First 2 shots are close in, and they would be hitting on 4s, so that's nothing there. The rest of them are 5s. Got 1 hit.
Put on the leaders group.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just roll yours, see what happens. Point of shock. We'll get that, Will's marking that up. Get these dice where they belong, and the next card is
Red flag.
Red flag, okay, just a moment. I am going to... Can you pull the smoke off of my... Yep, they're going to sharp practice to reload. Next flag.
Next flag.
I'm thinking it might be a flag.
You are
I've been wrong
incorrect.
before. So that is
Blue 4.
blue 4 is the Lancers. And the level 1 leader that is accompanying them. We'll let Ted think about his limited options. Alright, so he just pulled a point of shock. The next card is the Tiffin.
All right.
So that is
He's got 2 units to activate.
2 flags for the French. So the column began to advance, and with 5 shock, they moved 7 inches forward on 3d6. And then one of the Voltigeur groups is going to fire and reload. I'm guessing on them. Okay, needing 5s. And that is 3 hits. Get these out of here. Yes, need 3 of my dice that not always done well. So that is nothing, because they're light cover skirmishers. So that's the end of that turn, and we'll shuffle up the cards. So the cards are all shuffled, and the first one is blue flag.
With 2.
2. Ah, the sergeant can remove a point of shock somewhere.
While he's doing that, red 1.
Oh boy. Excellent. So with the red 1, Wexler pulled 2 points of shock, is presenting and firing. This time getting the Lancers and just the rear group within his arc. So the Lancers will be in the open, and between being an additional range bracket back and the bushes and hedges along the side of the road, that rear group's going to get hard cover. But first, hitting on 3s. All right, we have 3, 6, 9, 12 hits. We'll get those allocated and come back with the rolls. Here's the cavalry. So that is 3 dead and 2 points of shock. And then the 6 in hardcover, infantry in the rear. That is a dead and a point of shock. So we'll get that marked and we'll see the unfortunate end of the cavalry. So this is Jacques. Jacques was surprisingly not hit. So we'll get back to sorting out that mess over there. So Jacques and his remaining cavalrymen broke. So that's the group breaks is -1. And then Jacques running away is another -1. So the French drop by 2. So the next card is, well, it is the French big man. It is the captain. So the captain is bringing on the Holy Man. He's going to reduce shock, and then the first of his command initiatives is going to get the column moving. So let's see how much the Holy Man's able to remove. 1. So that brings the column down to the biggest one being 4. So 3d6 -4 for the movement on the road. Yeah, so it moves 2 inches. We'll move them up and then continue on with the rest of the stuff that he's doing. All right, so we kind of messed up the order of operations a little bit. He ended up just pulling 2 more shock and getting another 2 inches forward. Next card is red 4, which is the cannon. And the cannon is just going to reload. Next card, please.
Red 3.
Red 3, that is Sergeant Nadler and the KGL skirmishers with muskets. So he's the wounded one. So the skirmishers are just blasting into the column at point blank range. So it is 6 shots, needing anything but 1s. And I roll a 1. So there's 5. That's going to be 1 on each group.
Spot at the front.
Yep. Nothing, because you got light cover. Nothing. Nothing. Point of shock. Point of shock. Your ability to roll low helps you in this regard. We'll get that marked up. Okay, so it's marked up, and Will is saying that this is the best card that he could possibly draw.
Blue flag.
And it's a blue flag. Anticlimactic.
I know. Blue 3.
Blue 3, that is Lieutenant Bougie and his swarm of voltigeurs. So, Le Chap has snapped the 2 skirmish groups into a skirmish formation, moved 4 inches up with their free move, and is firing at the KGL with many, many shots. What did we say we needed? 4s? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Light cover.
Cool. So 4 shots with light cover.
Oh.
That is 2 dead and a point of shock. Is it the leader?
Yep.
It is the leader. He is reduced to a status 0. Unfortunate.
And then you gotta pull 1.
And we got a bad thing happening here. There's a 1.
You don't care.
Nah, no one cares. So we'll get that marked. So used 2 cards, and Lieutenant Bougie is having them fire again, sharp practicing, so they'll be unloaded now. Still needing 4s.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Another 4.
4.
Yep. Gather. All right. 4 in light cover. Oh, that's 3 dead.
Is your status 0 leader?
Yeah, is it the status 0? It is. He's dead. And a 5 on the bad thing happens.
So he started as status 2, right?
Yeah. Status 2 leader killed.
-2.
There's a -2. So the British drop down to 6 as well. And Sergeant Nadler and 2 other men are brought down. All right, what's the next card?
Red 2.
Red 2 is Lieutenant Strasberg and the rifles. So I know one of the things they're going to be doing is reloading. So the rifles just reloaded and are firing into the column. So 2 of them are in effective range, the rest of them are close. So here's the 2s that need 2 that need 3s. So 2 hits so far, and then the rest of the hits needing anything but. I rolled 2 butts. So that is 6 hits. There are 5 groups, and we're going to put the extra one
What's light cover?
on
Do you
your...
have to choose it?
Yes, where do you want the extra one?
Not on your leader.
How about the front group for a change? They're
We'll
completely
go with the
unscathed.
third group because it's got
Third
nothing
group?
on it.
Okay. So 1 on the first.
First group.
Nothing.
Second group.
Ooh, a kill. That's the big man's group.
Yeah.
Third group has 2. There's a point of shock, and a point of shock. All right. That was some more effective, as I whack the camera around, some more effective rifle fire. And we'll get that all marked up.
Don't roll a 1.
So let's see if, El Capitan was shot by a rifleman.
Or the musician.
Oh, it could be the musician. So,
1 to 3, it's the musician. 4, 5, 6, it's the other guy.
the musician was, actually, is it a musician or the holy man?
Oh, it's the whole.
Is the Holy Man there? He hasn't been
Yeah.
used.
Yeah, the holy man was used on that group. So, yeah, let's roll again. On 1, 2, it's the holy man. 3, 4, it's the musician. 5, 6, it's the big man. The holy man's been shot.
That's bad for you.
It is bad for me. What happens to him, though?
He's dead. He's treated like a normal troop. You killed him.
I shot and killed the holy man. So,
Support asset lost.
yeah, support. I'll roll for my cowardly act. Oh boy, I'm bad. And so I got a 5 on that. Ted needs to roll for a support lost. Oh, that's a 6. It's not good for anyone. Don't shoot priests. So the KGL felt really, really bad about it, and with that cowardly act, they lost 1 force morale, but the French really didn't like it and ended up losing 2, which is going to result in a loss of French flag at the end of the turn. So the next card
Red flag.
is a red flag,
Blue flag.
blue flag,
Blue flag.
blue flag. So that is a random firing event. And it is a 5, so we'll check that out. So Les Sharp is trying to fire 3 rounds a minute, and Sharp practiced and reloaded. Next card.
Tiffin.
Tiffin, all right.
Everybody's gone.
Yep, every unit has gone.
Except for blue flag.
Yeah, except for, blue 5, but as far as flags go, there's only a British flag, and everything's already went, so we will shuffle it up. Moving on to the next turn, first card is, good start.
Better start.
Yep, better start for the French. So it is El Capitan. They pulled 2 points of shock, and he's going to be moving forward.
6.
Yep, 6 inches. So we'll get them marching along.
You've got 3
Okay,
in
so
there.
this is
Yeah,
where
but they're all out.
he ends it up. And the next card is the Tiffin. Okay, so I'm gonna see what works for my red flag. So with the red flag, canister. So 10 shots, needing choose. Well, dropped 3. 3, 6, 7, and we'll get those allocated. So 7 hits total. First group is 2 points of shock, and then nothing. Second one is 2 points of shock. 2 points of shock. And last group, nothing.
Oh, one more.
Oh, no, that was the fourth group. Okay. Last one, nothing. First group, 3 groups just ate up all the canister. So that was the first shot of canister. And we're gonna mark all that up and get set for the next turn. All right, so quite a bit of shock building up on that column. Going into first card of the turn. Okay, we got red 1. Lots to do. So this unit reloaded and got a 1-inch wheel to face them. The rifles reloaded, and so did the cannon. So now pretty much everything is gone for the British except for the 2 skirmishers that probably won't be going anytime
You
soon.
don't have any leaders. You
Yeah,
can activate
there's no
on flags, I
leader.
guess.
Okay.
Cannon.
That's the cannon.
Blue 2.
Sergeant. He may put a point of shock. That first group is just leading the way, no shock. All right.
Blue 3.
Blue 3 is...
Voltages.
Big group of voltigeurs led by Le Sharp, a.k.a. Lieutenant Bucci.
Forward, murder squad.
So they're just gonna... Yeah, another 4 inches forward and... murder. So many shots hitting on 4s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is very bad news. They're dead. So bad thing happens for a group wiped out. I rolled a 6. So I
Minus
think
2.
that's -2. So that will drop my force morale down to 3. So I'm losing cards at the end of the turn as well. And yeah, we can get them out of here. Next card.
3.
3. And
You don't have a shock to pull, right?
no, that's Nadler, which now I think his card can definitely come out because his group is gone.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Blue flag.
blue flag.
Different. What do you got?
As far as activations,
Just this unit. It's the only
Yep.
one that can go.
just them over there.
They can shoot and reload, or they can move. Actually, they can do all 3.
Well, they get the free movement, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
And it's
they
fire
get
and
a...
reload.
All right, so 4 inches.
You really like those 4s on skirmishers, don't you?
Yeah.
Pull this out of there.
Just be careful about running directly in front of the Brits there.
Yeah, that might not go too well. Yeah, all right, we'll move them and get back with the firing. So they moved up, firing, hitting on 4s, 2 hits. So I'll do 1 and 1. On the leaders group, oh, that's a kill. And on the non-leaders group, nothing. Is the leader hit? No, he is not. Okay, so we'll keep shuffling up, get everything marked up, and continue on. First card of the turn is the Sergeant Morale and the Voltigeurs.
Do it again.
Over there in the corner.
Keep moving.
Fire and maneuver. So 3 inches. I'll show you where they end up. So, firing, needing 4s again. Oh wow, that's significantly better. So 5, they're in the open. I take it you want the
3
extra
on the
shot
leader group.
on the
yeah.
leader. Okay, 3 on the leaders group in the open. As a dead and a shock. Is it the leader? Oh yeah, 2 shock is not the leader. That back. And then 2 on the other group. A dead and a shock. We'll get that marked up. All right, next one. Tiffin. Okay, we'll shuffle up. First card of the turn. Okay.
Skirmisher skin.
Sergeant Morrell again. 5
so-
inches. He's moving quick. All right, another 7 shots on 4s. That is 3. Extra 1 on the leader.
Yep.
Okay. So, 2 on the captain's group. Oh, nothing. And on the other group. We get a kill.
That's
That's a square.
All right, so base comes off of that. And the next card is a blue flag.
red 4.
Red 4 is the cannon. So the cannon is going to fire. Canister in the column again. So the cannon's firing canister again. 11 shots, needing 2s. So that is 10 hits. We got 2 on each. 2 on each. Double shock with light cover. Alright, so the first group. Well, that's at least a dead. That's 2 dead. Second group. Dead. Or not dead. 2 points of shock. Third one is dead. Now we're racking up the casualties. And 2 shock on the last group. So we have 2 dead. 2 shock. Dead. Dead. 2 shock. We'll get all that marked up. So we got quite a bit more shock starting to pile up. Cannon's double unloaded with 1 more round of canister left. And the next card is a blue flag. That's 2 flags. 2 blue. Okay, keep it coming. Red flag.
That's all your flags, right?
Oh, that's right. That is all my flags. Keep it coming.
Red 2.
Red 2 is Lieutenant Strasberg and the Rifles. So they're unloaded. They're just going to fire. Well, maybe they'll fire into the column. Maybe they'll fire from the hilltop. We'll find out. So they are firing into the column and then tap reloading. So,
3s.
yeah, close range.
2s.
Yeah, 2s. Because light infantry and column. Okay, so that is 3, 6, 7 hits, and we'll get those allocated. So 2 hits on the first, so that is 2 points of shock in the thing. That's a kill on the big man's group.
God damn it.
That's another shock. 2 on the 4th. That's a single point of shock. And then, a kill on the last group, which also has the sergeant in it. So, well, roll a d6 for the big man. Or let's first see if someone gets hit. Nope. Okay, and then roll again for the sergeant in the back. Nope. Okay, so just regular casualties and some shock. So burned the 2 command cards, and they're doing again. Minus the leader, so 6 shots on 2s. That is 5 hits, so we're looking at 1 on each. So, first group. Point of shock. Big man's group, nothing. Kill on the 3rd. Point of shock on the 4th. And a point of shock on the 5th. So that shock keeps mounting. So while all of that gets marked up, which we got a kill on the 3rd, everything else is... No. Nothing on the 2nd. Kill on the 3rd. Shock on the rest. So we'll get that marked up. But you can also pull one of those shock. We'll get it added and then we'll subtract what he wants. Alright, next card is... Capitan. Capitan Gustav.
Shock if you like.
And yeah, you get 2 cards. There's a whole lot of shock going on there. So let's let
So
him
it's
figure
what,
that
1
out.
point for each.
So he spent his 2 cards to pull a total of 4 shock and then moved a whopping 12 inches. So he's just flying down the road at the moment, as the group with the most shock is 3 at the moment. So the next card is blue 3, which is
Those guys.
Skirmish formation.
yeah, Le Shop. And they're firing at the British Light Company. So that's what's it? Were you hitting on 4s or 3s?
4s.
4s? Okay. So 2 hits, and the rest of them need 5s, assumedly.
Yeah. What was that? 3 more.
It's 3 more.
We'll
So
put 3 on the commander.
okay, and
2 on this.
well, you're firing through a second hedgerow.
Oh.
So I'm gonna put 2 on the far one. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what you wanted. I'm gonna put 2 on the captain's group. So that's still a dead. And then the other one is a dead and nothing. Is the captain hit? Captain is not hit.
Alright. So that's going to take out a
We have a
squad.
dead and a dead.
And then we'll move this over here.
Okay. That's all marked up.
So you've got 1 of
Very,
each
very
group.
small group. And Dad, do you want to get that next card?
Yeah.
As Will's abandoned his post. Alright, blue flag.
Blue 1.
Okay, so red one is the captain over there. Gotta figure out what to do with him. So, lots happened. Used a command initiative to form the 2 groups into one, bringing it to a 7-man group with a total of 3 shock. Using another command initiative to remove a point of shock in addition to the Holy Man, so it's going to be d6 plus 1. Okay, all the shock is gone. And then for the last initiative, that group is going to charge 3d6, getting a point of shock in the process, just to make sure that I cross that 5-inch gap. And I do handily. So we will add up all the fisticuffs and get back with the rolling. All right, so that's where they are. The British have 11 dice, and the French have 8. So here's the British. Oh, wow. That is a good roll. That is 5 dead. 4 of which being shock. And here's the French. French kill 1. So I'll roll to see if you killed my leader. 1 of them. You did not. Let's see if I kill your leader. So, okay, so your leader is one of them. What happens to him? He is slain. And you are beaten by 4, so we'll figure out what the end results are. I have a few bad things happening here. The leader
4.
is a 4.
-1.
-1 for that, and a group wiped out is a 1.
Group wiped out is only a 1. Okay. -1. You're at 2.
But
Okay.
I don't have. Put.
So the French go down to 2.
You also get routed
and,
off the table. That doesn't count.
well, the leader died instead of routed.
Yep.
Which is actually better for you.
Better to die on your feet than run away like a coward.
And you lost
Okay.
1 guy.
Yep, and I lost 1 man that was not the leader. So we'll get this all cleaned up and get back with the next card. Okay, the first card is the Tiffin. Everyone reloads. That could be potentially bad for the French.
Or the
But we'll shuffle up.
Or the
So we've reshuffled, and first card
Sergeant.
is Sergeant in the line. He can pull a point of shock. You have 3 on everything except for the 4th group. take one off his.
Yeah.
Alright, red flag.
Okay, red flag.
Blue one.
Blue one. That's Captain Gustav. So the first command initiative had Le Sharp's skirmishers jump up there, which actually is only 12 because Le Sharp is not directing their fire, and they're firing into the back.
You're right. I'm sorry. Drop two.
Yeah, so drop 2 dice there, and they're hitting on 5s.
2.
3.
3.
What? Hitting him in the back. So double shot.
Yep. Okay, that is 4 shock, bringing them up to
5.
total of 5 shock. All right, I can manage that. Let's get that all marked up, and then yes, the rest of Captain Gustav.
Still pull and run.
Yeah, pull shocks and run.
Another shock.
Which one do you want it off of?
He's
Front
got
or second?
I got it here.
third.
Third one. They're all, it doesn't matter. They're
Yeah,
all.
2 command initiatives left.
Oh. Oh, okay.
No, you didn't. He's
I used
ordering
one
the
for
unit to
that.
run, pulling a shot, and
Okay,
running.
never mind.
I'm not going to sit here in front of you.
Are you sure? So 3d6 minus 3.
So it's 11, 8.
Yep. 8 inches forward. And we'll get that mass moving. So
No,
here they
no.
are, lined up with the cannon, and we'll pull the blue flag. And there's the red one. Okay, let's see what I'm going to do. So far, he has removed a point of shock, and then he activated this unit. They use their free movements to just turn, so they're facing us this way, creating the 180 arc, and the 6 of them are going to fire into the rear of that formation. Once again, needing 2s. All 6.
So point of aim is the last formation,
Yep,
right?
point of aim is the last formation. So 1 on each, and then
All right, we'll start in the front like always.
nothing. 2 shock. Nothing. Nothing. And then 2 on the 2 into the dice tray.
Maybe.
Nothing.
Wow. That was effective.
Good rolling, Ted.
Yep. All right, we'll get that marked up, and then he's probably just going to reposition so he's not getting shot in the rear. So they just got a little bit more distance and turned around. So, next card is the Tiffin.
Has anybody not gone yet? Yes.
Yeah. We do have something that hasn't gone, and British have the higher force morale, so the cannon's going to do some pivoting. So with that card, the cannon just turned, aiming towards the front of the column. All right,
You ready?
show me the card.
You should be excited for this card.
I'm hopefully excited for the card. It is the cannon. It is going to present and fire its last round of canister. So presented and firing. Missed 2 hits, so that is 9 hits into the front of that column. We'll add them up. So it's being divided between these groups here. So first group, 3 hits. That is a dead and 3 points of shock. Big man's group is a dead and 3 shock. And a dead and 3 shock. All right. Where'd that last one come from?
That would see if we hit the leader.
Oh, no, it's not skirmish
Oh.
fire, so you would have been all right. Although, he's standing right there. So we'll get all that marked up and keep on moving. So with that final blast of canister, it broke this group off, causing them to withdraw. Ted rolled a 6 for bad things happen, and that brought his force morale down to 0. So the column is delayed, but at very great cost to the British. So thank you everyone for watching. This was a very, very close game. not really sure any other way that it could have been played on either side. Ted, what are your thoughts as far
It's
as?
just it's a near impossible mission for the French.
Yeah,
Especially the way the first turn played out, with you putting everything out.
yeah. The first turn was definitely rough, setting up that blocking force. I think I definitely messed up over with those skirmishers just inflating that line group. But yeah, that was a rough gauntlet to run for the French, especially like you said with how the first turn went, getting that cannon fire and the rifle fire almost immediately set up. But it was pretty close.
Yeah.
The British were close to breaking. French were just a little bit quicker to the, conscripts running away. So, had a lot of fun with that. Hope you enjoy watching it. As always, thank you for supporting. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you are subscribed, hit that bell notification so that you find out every time we post something. And we will continue on with this sharp practice campaign. So leave a comment. What are your thoughts on the campaign so far? It was kind of an impromptu thing, but let us know how you're liking it. If you're not liking it, give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, and we will catch you next time.